Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Two things. Number one, you are in a different place because someone kept saying I look like a monster when it was head on, so now you're off to the right. Dose, I'm not supposed to be playing the Star Wars game right now. I'm supposed to be doing Kingdoms Reborn, but the best thing about being self employed is that you can do what you want to do. So I'm going to play a little bit more of this. I'm going to uncover some more mysteries of Nar Shaddaa and just enjoy the rest of my day. Oh, right. So my pen and paper. Another reason why I wanted to come back to you. I knew that you were dying to hear my pen and paper idea. So, Star Wars, pen and paper. So you had to have people like sitting down and playing like Dungeons and Dragons, right? I probably am going to go ahead and just zoom out there to that place because I can see it. That one and then that one. Well, I say that. Here we go. So the game would have started with two worlds, right? Two worlds. And I don't want to say that the two worlds are like completely different. One's like technological and one's spiritual or whatever. But the idea was just I wanted to have two worlds, two planets, orbiting one star, right? And that a long time ago, one planet had sent not refugees, but had sent explorers to the other planet, and they had colonized it, and then over the years they just drifted apart, right? They were two, like, the same people, right, and kind of the same culture, but then there grew this ideology of like, oh, this is our planet, and this is, you don't understand the hardships that we face. You're looking at it through the lens of yada yada. So of course they start growing apart, and they don't have this really great relationship. It's strained at best. The two governments, they've gone to war a couple of times, but it's been so laughable how far the distance is, their limited technology, because they don't have faster than light travel, right? Um, and it's ridiculous, right? They spend so much money just building one or two ships, and they just can't, so they don't fight, right? And if they make landfall, those soldiers are there forever because they really can't get them back up because they don't have the facilities to yada yada yada, right? Kind of like us. And then traders, not the Republic, not the Empire, just random traders, hyper jump into the sector, and it kind of opens the doors to trade and to commerce. And the people are like, oh, we're not alone in the universe, the galaxy, right? What was that, by the way?
Pharmaceutical goods
Mm-hmm.
factory.
We're not alone in the galaxy. We got to band together, and we got to figure this out, right? So the two worlds band together under one government. They have representatives like a House and a Senate. Half come from one planet, half come from the other, and they yada yada yada. They eventually get their first spaceships with hyperdrives, and they get their first spaceships that have the antimatter reactors or what the crap ever, so they can and trade blooms between the two planets, right? And we're going to come in where these two planets are finally starting to open
We
up
found something out here.
a lockbox. I could care less. Um, they finally start trading on the galactic scale, and people finally start caring that this planet's out there and that the trade route's starting to thrive. And then when all of that is going on, where they're getting their feet underneath them, and ooh, almost splatted onto that asteroid. Um, uh, then you have the rebellion kind of kick off, and all that jazz. Is that their It's a hut shipyard. It's large. They don't have a wharf for little ships. So let's look at what we can buy here. Okay. Kind of figured we'd see that. Kind of figured we could see that. Interceptor frigate. This one has guns. Maybe. I don't know. Star builder. Okay. So this is one where we can build, we can order one of these, and it'll be like a personal builder for us. A gas miner. Oh, that's neat. I think maybe I've seen that. An ore miner, 1.5 million. So it's a little expensive, but it does have a place to dock a small ship on its back. That's pretty cool. I like the way that looks, by the way. What is this? CYC compactor? I don't know what a CYC compactor is. And that one doesn't look like it's Star Warsy at all. That one right there looks like it's pulled straight from the vanilla. Class 6 bolt freighter. So that looks like a hammerhead that's been converted just to be a freighter. That's cool. Another one of those. And okay. All right. That's a couple of neat looking boats there. This one and then that miner. That looks really cool. I like that. Cool. Let's go look at the extra large. What? A Venator class destroyer. Wow. So they can build a carrier. That's really neat. It's got places for tons of guns on the side, one facing forward, a couple here. Oh, look at where that's cool. That's cool. That's where the ships come out at. I like that a lot. Is it just small or M? It can hold one medium. Don't tell me. Yes, it's on the bottom. That is wicked. That is wicked. The medium class ship lands upside down into the belly of that guy. That's so cool. $32 million. But that's really awesome. Yeah, we've seen that one before. Well, it's neat to know where we can get a Star Destroyer-esque type ship. We're gonna go to this jump beacon here. We're gonna see if in the next sector they have their wharf. It'd be so cool if we could find a way to build some different boats here. Are you? Oh, you're waiting, right? You're running around. You're doing work. Everybody's doing work. Everybody's doing great. $2.3 million. Let's just go over here right quick and have a look. I'll get back to my story in just 1 second. Has that one been rebuilt? It is. I think it is. It's been rebuilt. It looks good. That one has just started at 20 minutes. Let's go to the manager here. A little bit more money, I guess, for some reason. I don't know what it needs. Let's go look at the flow plan. Energy cells. Efficiency. Oh, it still says 60% sunlight. Don't know why it would be 60% for sunlight. Oh. Okay. Well, we did it. We did it. It's looking, unless we put it in backwards, where the solar cells are on the right hand side. No, I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like the solar cells are glued to the top of that. See how there's like a box there? Like I feel like they're glued to the flat surface of that box. So they should be facing that way. They should be facing directly toward. Well, they're not facing directly toward the sun, but they're. I don't know. It looks better. It looks better, and we've expanded it some, so I'm happy. We would do meat production, but meat production requires wheat and something else. If you click this thing onto the top and then you look at the logical station overview, it'll show you what you need. Like it'll say things like, oh, you're gonna need XYZ to make that happen. I kind of want to click one of these things on the bottom right there, just so I kind of don't forget. Actually, I would do a vertical one, then I would click one of those on the bottom. But I think I'm okay. I'm not real sure why it needs $990. Everything I feel like that it needs, it's bought. Oh, apparently not. Apparently it needs 400 more prefab modules to finish construction on something. I don't know. Everything looks done to me, but who knows? All right, let's get back to it. So so right at the time that they're finally starting to kind of like make money. Hello, who was that? Interceptor. Interesting. Oh, that wasn't. I messed this up. There's our orange. To where I'm at. And yeah, we'll jump over there. And I'm also going to save it because I feel like that jump might be a little spooky scary. We'll save it. So just about the time that these two planets have kind of have reconciled in their government, it's good to go, and they have ships, and the ships there's a bustling trade between the two planets, and they have this shared culture and this shared identity, and they're doing really well. And the first traders are coming in from from the Empire, from the Republic, from just random corporations and random like sightseers and stuff. All that starting to kick off, and then you have the rebellion start, and I mean the rebellion start with right after the Death Star is destroyed, right? So this little star system, and it's not like outer rim, and it's not exactly mid rim. It's just a neat little kind of niche place, right? That just it hadn't been discovered, or maybe it was discovered and then they forgot about it, and then yada yada yada, right? New setting, right? Just so I don't have to come up with, or just so I don't have to know every single thing about this place. I can kind of invent it as I go, right? I'm not really big into world building. I just get scared with something like Star Wars, where it's like, oh, you didn't know that in Coruscant in 8, whatever XYZ, that there was a dreadnought that crashed here. Like, why would they have a school there? And it's like, well, I don't know why. That's why they sent you to find out. But anywho, long range scan mode. So that's where our team comes from. Like, they're all from this culture. It's going to be human, probably. I don't really want to do too many aliens, and I know it's Star Wars, and they probably should do aliens, and maybe I will. Like maybe the people of the planet. Maybe it's been open long enough where some aliens have kind of come in and settled, or at least stayed as like part of embassies or refugees. Maybe, right? Like one of the things was like, hey, we'll give you hyperspace technology if you take in some refugees from this, that, and the other, right? But so that's where people come together. Like, that's where the story starts, and of course it'll start on one planet, and the group will be working for whomever, and it's going to be one of those things like, hey, the government is overreaching, and they they're charging us too much for this trade, so we just want you to smuggle it. We want you to take this ship, and we want you to just fly it to this little space station. And the way it'll be is that they'll have transports that go from the surface up to a space station, and then from that space station they'll be loaded onto other transports that make the long journey in between the two planets, right? It'll have like a division of labor, and they're doing that for a couple of reasons. Number one, the ships that need to get off the ground, the ships that are needed to go from the planet into space, they're designed and they look a lot different than the ships that go from station to station, right? They're specialized. So these people will run a couple of those missions, and they'll make some decent money, and it'll be kind of above the board, kind of below the board. Eventually, in one of those missions, they're going to land, and the guy who normally takes their bribes, right? The guy who normally shows up and is like, hey, I know that you work for so-and-so, I work for him too, and I know what the game is, like, you give me the bribe, and I make sure everybody working on the shift doesn't say anything, yada, yada, yada. Eventually, he's replaced, and there's somebody else, right? And that'll be like the first test of the group. Like, can they, or will they, is it down? Oh, wow, it is, it's down. Can they or will they try to bribe this guy, right? Like, are they going to try to make this person compromise who they are and have the situation go right back to the way it was? And, that's just kind of the first thing I wanted to see them do. Not even a fight, not something like, oh, you got to uncover this, blah, blah, blah. It really would just be, what kind of individuals are you going to be? Are you going to kind of perpetuate the Not really. And really, it's not even like stealing a lot. They're just not paying as much as they should for the goods they're bringing in, right? So it's not like it's super bad. The tax rate's like 10% on all goods that come through, and they're saying like, oh, we didn't bring 50 of these, we only brought 42. So they're paying the 10%, but only on 42. They're not paying it on 50, so they're getting a discount, right? It's just one of those things, right? Well, this is a cool looking heavy fighter. I mean, really, that is a cool. I mean, at $209,000, like that's expensive, but it does look cool. Oh, I think I know this one. Wow, that does look cool. Well, maybe not cool. I don't really like the old Cadillacs. You know how like the if you ever watched the Cars movie, the old law enforcement car cop guy, I don't like that era, the Bonnie and Clyde era, the 1920s. I don't like that era of car design, nor do I like that era in general of clothes and of literature and whatnot. And this kind of reminds me of that. Hmm. Yep, we've seen this guy before. $159,000, which I think the other one was more expensive than that. What? Victor Wing. That's a neat looking boat. That is super neat. And I guess something is supposed to come out from the top there. Maybe that's like an air intake or something. But that's neat. How much are they asking for that? 200,000? A Y-wing bomber? This is a BLT. This does look or BTL. This does look different from the other Y-wings. Interesting. I wonder if that's what they're supposed to look like, but the rebels always like strip theirs down for weight so they could carry more ordnance or something. And then we have a headhunter for $57,000. I think that's pretty cheap, actually. And then the little jumper miner, yep, and then a tug. Cool. All right. Medium class. Defender light corvette. That is a cool looking boat. Does it have? It has two small ship docks, and they can't be stored anywhere else. They just land there. Where were those small? I guess it's going to be there. Maybe not. I actually like a lot how that looks. That looks like a precursor to both the Hammerhead and to the Corellian Corvette. That's a cool looking boat, if you ask me. I like that a lot, actually. Another one that I like a lot. Look at the two. She's got two gigantic guns on the front of it. It's like, I face this way, I shoot this way. I have these engines. If I need to run, I can run, but everything's forward. It's a gigantic, it's a dagger. It's a gladius. I go from this way to that way, and I shoot what's in front of me. I like that. Keeps things simple. Yep, miners look good. And then just a transport. Yep, of course. Oh, there's the non-militarized version of that one before. Oh, it's like a flying sandcrawler. That's a neat looking ship. I kind of don't like it, but it is neat looking. And that's the great thing about Star Wars, is that they're not afraid to do something like this. Like, they're just not. Like, there's a culture out there that thinks that looks like really, really good, and they build their ships that way, and that's just how the game is played. And I love that. I love it. I love that it's unapologetic. Okay, so I am going to want one of these eventually. At $1 million, we can buy one. What do you want for your? Oh, it won't tell me. At $1 million, like, I feel like that's going to be our command ship for a second. I can definitely see me. They're probably going to scan my inventory and get mad at me that I don't have anything illegal. But I definitely can see myself standing in. Yep. Definitely see myself standing in there directing a battle while two X-Wings are on my flank, you know? And then a couple of A-wings are like tearing ass around out front of the boat, doing their thing. Yeah, I like that a lot. We are going to be building another. That's the huts. This is hut space. So yes, we are going to be building another platform, like one of these platforms out here. And oh look, they refined graphene out there. So we will probably, that's a refinery, right? Yep. Pharmaceutical, refined goods. Do you make the wafers? What do you sell? Superfluid and alcohol. Energy cells and contraband alcohol. What do you sell? Antimatter converters. What do you sell? Medical supplies and energy cells. You sell graphene. A lot of people out here sell energy cells. There's an ice refinery. That actually might work for us if we, oh, we didn't go to that station. That actually might work for us if we, because the ice refinery will make water. Yeah, and they sell water. So, and we have the meat producing thing. I just don't know of a lot of things out here that would require meat. Usually you want to buy meat if you're doing, oh, they buy food rations. They buy water. They buy food rations. Everyone out here needs food rations, okay? A lot of these out here, he buys food rations, they buy food rations, he's buying food rations, they're buying food rations, he's buying food rations. So it would make sense if we make a food ration, if we make something that makes food rations out here. They already make water, and that's 1/2 of what you need to make food rations is water. You also need wheat. So we need water and wheat. And the water and wheat, we can use that to make meat, and then the meat makes the food rations along with another step of wheat. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. Because I want to get in good with the huts, and I want to buy that medium boat. I think that looks really, really, really cool. So we're going to go all the way back across the entire galaxy to our representative on Coruscant, and we're going to try and we're going to try and buy the things we need to make food rations. Please tell me that you guys are not mining in one place and selling in another. Yeah, you should be over there. You should be in Red Eye. Interesting. I guess because they'll go so far to sell that they're mining over there and then they're selling other places. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think they're mining over here and selling over there. We really need another place to sell our ore. That's probably what's been slowing us down on our income. Probably need to find another place to sell ore. Okay, first things first. Let's get this situated with the huts. Oh, we were right there at the jump gate. There was no reason for us to go. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we were right there at it. No reason for us to do anything else but just, I guess we can go through it this way. It'll be fine. Hey.
Jump completed, Urak.
You gotta show me the next step of the journey. Oh, no. I want to go all the way over there. Can I not get back? Surely I can. Did I not have went through this? Wow, I'm so confused.
Jump completed, Valhalla.
Oh no, look at that. It tells me to go back through it.
Jump completed. Urak.
That's so weird. Okay, hold on. Maybe it's not telling me to go back through it. Go through.
Jump completed.
Let me kind of get away from that jump gate for just a second. We're through. Okay. Now I'm kind of out and away from it. Now what? Holy smokes. No, here's what I think it is. I think there's a faster way to go through this way, but because I don't know that faster way, I think it's messing up the system. Let us go. Let's turn off the port bow here and let's line up with those. Yep, that way. And there's a space station that we didn't uncover. We'll go out there and look at it right now. Yeah, food rations. Food rations is our way into the hut space. All right, pen and paper. So the first thing is to see if they would like try to get that guy back into the fold. If they did, then the guy who they work for would be like, "Hey, that was an unforeseen situation, but you guys did good. You delivered the payload. You kept your cool, and now we have an in on this guy. Good job." So they get like a little bonus from the guy, and the dude says, "Look, you know, we've heard rumblings that there's this like intergalactic civil war going on. We don't think anything's going to come of it out here, but just in case, like, we need to go ahead and expand our foothold outside of this place. Like, we need to know what's out there. Like, we need to know what's coming. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you take the boat that you've been flying around in, like going up and down the planet or whatever. Like, I'm going to have you take that boat and you're going to go do this run, but it's going to be outside our territory. It's going to be outside the preview of these two, this two planet system. Like, I just want you to go and kind of just do like a reconnoiter, right? See what's out there, okay? And then he'll allude, like, you know, we've heard there's other syndicates out there, some crime syndicates, and they might start like moving in on this place. Like, we kind of need to know what's up, right? So as they're going to do that, the guy tells them that there's this program, like this refit program, that that's taking place on the other planet. And what they're doing is they're updating their fleet. Like, they realize that the ships they bought originally, like 20 years ago, they had limited mobility, they had limited this and that. They got them at a steal, like they got them for dirt cheap because they were so bad. But the government said now, if anybody has any of those ships, they can bring them in and they can either get credits for them, or the government will try to retrofit them as best they can. And I tell the group, like, hey, the boat you're in, the ship you're in, like, it's rough. Like, it does its job going from the planet to the space station well, but going from the space station in one planet to the space station in the other, you can't use your warp drive. Like, you have to fly there at sublight, and it's in rough shape. So hopefully the party spends time like doing a little shakedown cruise and making sure that everything is okay. Or, you know, not okay, but good enough, so that they don't die in between the two planets. But I really am going to put the screws to them. I'm going to be like, you know, hey, you find that there's a ton of padding removed from the walls. Do you want to put the padding back? And they're like, oh, sure, put the padding back. And then as they're going from one planet to the next, I'm like, yeah, the engine is overheating. It's just not like there's I guess that padding that you found was removed so that the engine wouldn't get so hot, but that heat is going to spill over into the living quarters, right? To like the where you guys are berthed. So you're gonna feel that heat, but the engine will be able to run, right? So as they take those that padding back down, the noise from the engine. Oopsie doodle. Come on now. The noise from the engine is also going to be like not deafening. It's going to be very loud and it's going to be very hot. And then it'll be like, oh, you notice that some of the lights on the like one of the sinks stops working, right? And then one of the lights for one of the meals in the galley has turned from green to yellow, so it won't make that meal. And it's like a soup, it's like a stew, right? So it needs a lot of water to do that. And they'll check the water reserve, and they'll find out that the engine has been using the water reserve just to try to stay cool, and it's been venting steam, right? If they don't do a shakedown cruise. If they do a shakedown cruise, like I'll let them like discover all this crap, so it won't be so bad. And here we are somewhere. Oh, I went off course. Yeah, I really do think that what's happening is that the game is like, oh, there's a faster way. You just got to go that way. Don't you know the different way to go to Coruscant? I'm like, no, I don't. So
Jump completed.
I have to. I think it'll clear up here in a second. Like I think when we go to this jump, we'll be good. And that jump is off to our right. Oh, I think it's right there. I think the gate we want to go to is now aligned with the X1. Yeah, there it is. See, perfect. So then they got to figure out where they're going to get water in between the two planets. And as they go to get water at an asteroid, maybe they'll run across an Imperial ship, right? Like a super sneaky Imperial ship. They're powered down. They're letting the asteroid melt so that it turns into water, and they're feeding the water into the coolant system, and they're trying to get the showers working and the water working and all this other. I mean, there's a million things that are going wrong on this boat, and they have to repair all of it underway if they don't do the shakedown cruise, right? And I'm not going to tell them about it. I kind of want them to have this camaraderie, and I want them to either end up loving the boat and they want to take care of it because it's their home, or they hate it and then they're going to sell it for credits. You know what I'm saying? Like I want it to break one of two ways, but while they're out there powered down, they see like a super sneaky, like a probe droid, like 6 or 7 of them, right? And they float past, and they're like, oh, that's really weird. Like, what the crap are those things, And it's the Empire just kind of looking and seeing what's out there. I thought that would be cool. So then when they get to the other planet, they get in line for the refit job, and the girl's like, hey, how much do you want credits for it, or do you want the refit? If they take credits, there'll be a way that they can if they have skills, like if some of them are technicians or something, they can work there and they can get more money, or they can get a discount on a boat. They'll meet a rival gang on that planet, and then that rival gang, they'll find out that the reason that one guy was pulled was because that gang wanted to take over that area, and it'll be their first fight kind of deal. Like that'll be their first conflict. The boat gets ready, or they get enough money where they can go shopping for another boat. And then when the guy tells them, like, go a couple of jumps, do a couple of jumps, take something with you, like go trade something. Or if they lose the fight to the new syndicate, then the new guy's going to be like, hey, we're going to take the boat from you, and you're going to work for me to pay it out. And they're going to have to break out of jail. They're going to have to break out of jail, get in the boat, and take off. But no matter what happens, when they leave that sector, either they're going to be pursued by a criminal syndicate, or they're going to kind of be in debt to a criminal syndicate, right? Like because that's a big thing in the Star Wars pen and paper. They really want you to have backstories, and they really want you to have like things you're running away from or things you're trying to find. Whereas in D&D, they really don't do that. You can have a backstory if you want. You can be indebted to somebody if you want. But in Star Wars, I think they really push for that being a part of your character development. And that's what I was going to do. That was as far as I was going to get. That was the opening. That's from level 1 to 3 was them working for that. And of course, if they didn't want to work for that syndicate, they wanted to do something else, that's fine. They wouldn't have access to the boat right off the bat. But I was eventually, and eventually, like if they want to do like a mining mission where they went and mined asteroids, like it still would take them to the same asteroid field. They still would see the probes. Something would happen where they'd want to go to a different system. They wouldn't want to stay in that system anymore. Maybe them seeing the probe droids Or maybe the probe droids would come in and then like a super star destroyer would come in and they'd be like, holy crap, like that thing is scary, let's get out of here, and they would jump away. I don't know, just something like that. I really do like the pen and paper games. I really do like the Dungeons and Dragons and the Star Wars. I see people playing it online all the time. I don't know. I don't know how I could do it. I get so nervous around new people. Wow, this is a... I knew there were going to be 2 or 3 jumps where we were just going to go straight. Like it was just like a straight jump from here to here to here to here, but this is nice having them lined up like this. Remember, we're going to go get a food ration plant, and we're going to start building a food ration plant in Hut Space because they need a lot of food rations out there. I assume they need a lot. There were 4 places or 5 places that would buy them, but I did not click and see if it was like, oh, we need 7,000 or we need 8,000. So I really, really hope. I really do hope that they need food rations. And I didn't see a place that sold food rations out there either, so I think we'll be good.
Jump completed. Trellin.
Come on now. This thing travels so fast that it can't turn. Yeah. Oh, I got some pictures, I bet, of my daughter went on a field trip to go see these big birds at like a animal rehabilitation center, and she called me and she was showing me video of it. I couldn't see anything, so I think now she's sending me pictures. Oh,
Jump completed. Coruscant.
Coruscant. Yeah, they call it Coruscant. They don't call it Coruscant. They call it Coruscant. I guess that's the way to pronounce it. She's an AI lady or something, or a text to speech program. So Coruscant. I think you lose something with it. I think it loses a little bit of its allure calling it Coruscant, but who am I to judge? That's a huge shipyard. And I think it's shift E.
Docking granted.
Oh no, don't shoot that. There's a Elite Dangerous. The button to go up is the space bar. To increase your height is that. But here it's to shoot. Right here. Let me just look. How do you want me to come in? Just like that, huh? You got it. Oh yeah, we have Mark II landing computer. It just gets us right there. All right, let's stretch our legs.
X-Wing T-65B.
Yeah, how do you get out of this bird? I guess the X-Wing is one of those you don't really get out of. Like once you're in it, you're in it. Now come on, you know everyone's going to want to fly an X-Wing. Why would you have it where you can't get up and get out of it? Why would they design it like that? That doesn't seem very smart. Oh, use the transporter room? I can't go anywhere. I can't transport off the Help me. Help me, bro. The person's name is Vindy Bro. Help me, bro. Okay. All right, hold on. Get up, and we're gonna run forward immediately. We can't. We can't get off. All right. Calm down. What are we gonna do? Think. We have $3 million. Are you done? This guy's gonna be done. He'll be done by like 20 minutes. Yeah, he's done. Look at that. You little snake in the grass. All right. So yeah, another refinery would be good, but I see no refineries. You know what? How about this? How about you come to Coruscant? Can you dock at Coruscant? Can a probe droid dock at Coruscant? Can you come and dock here? On you, on this, dock and wait. Yeah, he's coming. All right, so what we're gonna do, what we're gonna see here is we're gonna see if we can teleport to that guy.
Requesting permission to dock. Docking permission granted.
And like when he gets here and he lands, we'll try to teleport to him, and maybe we'll do some shenanigans where we can teleport off this ship. You know, it's funny. Star Citizen, I had this exact same problem. There's a mission in Star Citizen where you have to go get a beacon from a crashed ship. A ship is crashed, and there's like a little beacon. You gotta go bring the beacon back. And I bought the Mercury, or no, the Mustang Alpha, and the Mustang Alpha didn't have a place to put anything. There was no storage. There is storage now. Like they upgraded the Alpha to have this little box that comes down and the back opens, and you can put stuff in that back and then close it and then take off. But they didn't have that when I was playing, so I had to, just like this, the Mustang's cockpit where you sat was right here, and then it had this little place behind it. So I right clicked and I placed the thing behind the seat, and then I got in the seat. I did like 7 or 8 missions that way until ultimately I got stuck behind the seat and I couldn't get out. And the crazy thing is, I couldn't pick up the box if I was landed on a station. So if I was on a station, landed, and there was gravity, I couldn't pick up the box. So there was no way for me to do it. So I had to, the only place I could drop off at was Port Alistair because it was in space, and I could open up my ship without landing, but next to a landing platform. I could float behind the behind the seat, and I could pick up the package, use my thrusters to go over to the platform. Gravity would take effect. I would fall onto the platform, pick up the box again, go and deliver it, then run and jump off the platform, fly back to my ship, and get back in my boat in space. All that to deliver something. And then I upgraded to the touring they have these like luxury touring yacht things, and I upgraded to the very basic luxury touring yacht. It was like $5 to upgrade from that to the touring yacht. So I did, but the thing was super duper slow. But it had a bed so that you could log out anywhere. Super cool. And it had a place for me to store. Like I could put that thing on the ground. But it was just slow. It was just super duper slow. So then I upgraded to the my daughter is at UC Davis in California eating lunch there with all the students. My wife is a huge college person. She doesn't like college sports, but she likes colleges, so and anywho, good game. Star Citizen, good stuff. I eventually upgraded to the truck, the space truck from the touring thing, and the space truck's a little faster. It's bigger, and I thought it would have more stuff. It really doesn't. It kind of is the exact same thing as the touring, but it's a little faster. Well, it does have a place in the back where you can hold the it's like a little buggy with a mining laser. And that is the only time I've made money in Star Citizen. Every other thing, like every other avenue to make money, I couldn't make it work. But that little buggy and then mining using that little buggy, I finally made like $300,000. Like I finally, everything else was like 10,000, 8,000, 6,000, 7. I was like, okay, you know, that's cool, but oh my goodness, there's the wharf right there. There's the A wing, 230. There's the E wing, 184. There's an X wing, 290. Y wing bomber. Y wing pro, U wing courier. Yep. Brilliant Corvette, $2.7 million. Cool looking gunship, 2.6 million. Hammerhead, 2.9 million. Miner, gas miner. Regular miner, transport. There's a YT 3800. What are we up to? 3.4 million. Let's just to be crazy. 54,000. We'll just put, there's 100,000. There's 200,000. There's $300,000. There's 100,000. Yeah, it's already too much for us. Couple of Marines. Couple of crew. $32 million. 32 million, 3.2 million. Wait a minute. Do we have enough to buy that? We can't afford that. No, we can. Are we about to get a friggin' Corvette? 3.5. 80. Yeah, we can't afford that. We can't afford the big guns, but we can afford the little ones on the side. Can I add that to the shop? We're building our Corvette right there. We're building it. All right, get up. Undock. I thought that was going to take us a lot longer before we got a Corellian Corvette. I thought that was going to take a lot longer. We'll hook up with the huts a little later. Where is it? Oh, I could even see it from there. I don't know why I didn't just look over. Oh, because it disappears into the darkness of space.
Docking granted.
There it is. He's being built. Oh, someone else has bought one too. Interesting. Someone else has bought a Corellian Corvette. Maybe 3 people. I don't know which one ours is. There's one on the right, there's one there in the middle, and I think there's one back there in the back. And then they're building a YT or Y13 YT 1300. Yeah, our boat's being built right down there. Our Corellian Corvette, our first medium warship. How much time? 4 minutes. Am I going to sit here for 4 minutes and watch that? I bet that one's... Yep, that's ours back there. Yep, that's ours back there. And I would really, really, really like to get out of this all darn X-Wing. I don't know if I'll be able to, though. Okay, let's get our probe droid to come over here now, where we're at. Alright, and get up. I can't even, like, I'm supposed to be able to... Ah! I was hitting the wrong button. There's the jump. Never doubted myself for a moment. Never doubted myself for one stinking moment. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's not ours. I know it's not ours, but a brand new Corellian Corvette, fresh off the line. That looks good. The little feet pull back in. It kind of stinks how they don't model where the feet should be in real life. In real life. Okay, I got it. But that's a cool looking boat. That's a cool looking boat. That's a cool looking. And when I was a kid, man, I saw all those engines and I was like, gag me with a spoon. Who and why would you want 500 million engines? But man, over the years, it just grew on. Oh, there's a pole in the way. Just grew on me. That's such a sleek looking boat. And yeah, we didn't have enough money. We didn't have money then to buy the turrets, but I bet we have enough money now to do it. That we have enough money now. At least we have shields too. So we have shields, we have engines, we have a little bit of protection. We just don't have the big turrets. Where are we at? 52 minutes. Alright, we gotta stop. We're gonna stop right here and we're gonna come back and it's gonna and we'll continue watching it get built. We gotta stop. We're already at 52 minutes. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. See you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. And if you have a moment, please like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.